episode of this very, very interesting set of podcasts. Thank you so very, very much if you're joining us for spending your time, a Friday evening, by the way, which is a little bit different because normally we have it on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m., but we'll have it at 7 p.m. next Thursday. So you're welcome to return at that junction. The reason why we change it is because students at the school where I teach are so eager to come, but they said they don't want to come during the week while they are working hard, and they say they want they wanted to start their weekend well. And so we're not going to mention any names, but in the studio right here, there are students from the school where I'm teaching. If you're not here and you were planning to be here, we'll open the door when you come because we will wait for you to stand out there in the freezing cold. Why do we have this podcast? Well, we have this podcast because we are very, very serious about making a difference in other people's lives. And one of the things that we've done over our lives is to impact young people in a rural setting in South Africa that have a need to improve their knowledge and their skills in agriculture in order for them to enjoy looking at agriculture as a career. It's very unusual for young people in rural settings especially to look at that as a first option in career. And so we wanted to change that. And so a good 4 or 5 years ago, we started a program in South Africa. And the project is called Agri Academy. It's run by an organization in South Africa called Learning Academy Worldwide. And what we do is we train young people in basic agriculture in order to strengthen their ability to go into the workplace and do something meaningful with their lives. Food is very, very important. And so we hope that that experience of meaningful learning will help us all one day to have that sense of food security. Right, Andrè? And we started this in a place called Haarlem, which is in the Southern Cape. So that's about 11,000 kilometers away from here. Yeah, it is far. And Andrè is with me this evening. Andrè de Lang. Andrè, good to have you here.
Yeah, man.
This topic is close to your heart, right?
Yeah.
And I did not realize, because when I got to see on the side of the road that Humansdorp, where you were born, was just 160 kilometers away from Haarlem, I thought, now there's a story to tell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sense is that you agree that our young people really need a different kind of approach when they think of agriculture as a career, instead of thinking that it's all toil and hard labor, that you can't make money from it, but that it's a viable career.
Totally. I mean, food is the future, you know. And I mean, everybody's talking about being in the media somehow. But I mean, people need to eat. So there is no, I think the young people really need to, and I think it's just the opportunity to learn how to do it. You know? I grew up on a farm, and I've done some stuff. I've done things that I like being in the land and work with the hands.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So, and of course, a great deal has changed in agriculture, so that you don't even work with your hands anymore. Well, you work with your hands, but it's a different kind of activity.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
What we'll do this evening, Andrè and myself will be talking together with you, and we'll find a way to learn from each other. Andrè is a singer and a songwriter, and that only begins to tell the incredible contribution I feel and I've sensed and I've experienced you make in this world, Andrè. And so having you as part of this is really, really meaningful. And so, but what we'll also do is we'll speak to some friends in the other parts of the world. We'll speak to Sven, Isaksson, that is in Texas. We'll speak to Johanna Degermark, who is in Östersund, and we'll speak to Iona Beukes, who's down in Cape Town waiting. Now, I have their numbers, and I'm going to give them a call, so they'll be joining us very, very shortly. But as they do that, I am going to just play a song here while I get them on the line. And I'll get you to enjoy this particular piece of music from Andrè.
Oh. Just like a mama, you clothe and you feed. From dawn to sunset, from winter to spring, you seemed eternally always there for me. Yeah. To my mama, don't you cry. Suja pula as time goes by. Tembele, wo ba wo, isinto seso, hambagadle. I've always known to us your heart belongs. Now I know through your love, I've grown so strong, so strong. You've taught us the power of song over pain. You're an icon, and where is your face? Don't you cry. Suja pula as time goes by. Tembele, mama, wo ba wo, isinto seso, oh yeah, love. I'ma grab the strings that steal this moment, to raise this anthem, sing this love song. And now I move the spotlight onto you, the romance of my fragile years.
Tula mama ningali. Sikona tinabantwana bako.
Yeah, if you're joining us now, if you've just joined us, we are listening to Andrè de Lang's music, which is part of this effort that we have here in Stockholm to raise awareness for what we're doing in South Africa and get support for what we're doing in South Africa. Andrè, you mentioned a little bit about this song, Tula Mama. You said the word means hush. Tula means hush. But you said it in a very respectful way, right? What do you mean?
Everything is going to be okay. You know, so. Because when I wrote the song, I always had this. It's about the African woman. Because we always say that the African mama, they carry the continent on their shoulders. So without the African mom, there will be no Africa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's almost like an anthem for. Yeah.
That's precious. An anthem for Mama.
Yeah.
Let all the Swedish young people start taking notes here on Anthem for Mama. Eh? Yeah. Thank you very, very much for that. Now we're going to make calls. Huh? So, and I hope someone will pick up the phone. I'm going to sound like that, you know, those programs when you phone somebody and they're going to win something.
Yeah.
You hope they pick up the phone. So what we're going to be doing this evening, we're speaking to a couple of people. Why are we speaking to Johanna Degermark, for instance? She just came back from South Africa. She's a Swedish young student who studies at a vocational training school in agriculture in a place called Östersund, about 640 kilometers north from here. And we'll also speak to Iona Beukes. Why are we doing that? Good question. Iona was very, very instrumental in making Johanna and her colleagues and the teachers that traveled with them to South Africa, making their lives meaningful and managing their logistics while they were there, especially in the last part. Together with my daughter Elaine, they were responsible for ensuring that the trip went smoothly. And so we'll have Iona on the line as well very shortly. And then thirdly, we'll get Sven Isaksson on the line as well. And all of them can just introduce themselves briefly when the time comes. But Sven is the reason why we're in this particular space, and we're very, very thankful for his generosity in this particular space. It's just absolutely magical. So there was an old ad on television called Telkom ad, I think. Make the call, make it happen. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't.
You don't? Okay, there we go. We have people.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, I was just in on the stream.
You on the stream?
Yeah.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah. It's cold, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I see that. But you got the good hat on. You look comfortable. You all look good.
Right at home.
It looks cozy.
It is cozy.
Yeah.
We're trying our very, very hardest to stay cozy. Thank you so very much, Sven and Johanna and Iona, for making it for this lovely conversation that I'm hoping we will have. And I want to start, I would like to start with just maybe brief introductions would be quite in order from all four of you. So let's start with you, Johanna. I've got a picture up with you on the internet at the moment, and it's one when I visited very recently. But a brief introduction telling us a little bit about you, Johanna.
Yeah, I live in the north of Sweden, and I'm 9 years old, and I educate myself to a forestry machine driver.
Forestry machine dropper?
Driver.
Oh, driver. Wow.
Yeah, so that's what I do. And on my spare time, I have horses, so I train them. That's what I can say about me.
Fantastic. Let's go south. I mean, very, very southwards, nice and warm. Iona, we envy you. We're sitting here and we're shivering. You can probably see some folks can maybe see that are, trying to stay warm. A brief introduction from you, Iona.
So I'm going to apologize in advance. Good evening to everyone who is watching, everyone who's going to hear the sound of my voice. I am literally joining you, load shedding. So you might lose a little bit what I'm saying. Please, I don't have a problem repeating myself. It kind of happened now because I missed your introduction to me starting to speak. I missed that prompt there, Theo. My apologies.
Not a problem.
But yeah, I'm going to say greetings from a very hot Cape Town. It's a stunning evening here. And like you were to everybody earlier on, other than being director of Vukani Mavericks, or one of the 4 directors of Vukani Mavericks, I am someone who is out there on the front lines trying to change or make some kind of impact to change the trajectory of South Africa, because I see the in its people and its resources. And I'm just doing my best, doing my part to the two. That's me in a nutshell.
That's a great nutshell. That's a thank you so very much, Iona. Let's cross the pond, as they say, and go to Sven Isaksson. Sven, just a brief introduction from you.
Yeah, my name is Sven Isaksson, and I'm now years old, and I got 2 kids and an amazing history, you know, from starting of interest in a lot of different things in music, studying in America and so forth. And now I have Sven. We're sitting now as a creative office, and I use this as a platform and for my other interests like in horses or in marketing and coaching. And so that's a little about me, yeah. And with a deep
Awesome.
interest in music, of course, and creativity.
Yeah, and I'm very, very thankful that this creative space that you're talking about, that you avail that to us for this very unique project that we are collaborating on. Before I continue, I just wanted to give a little bit of update here news-wise, and then I'll come back, because I think I would love for Johanna to begin thinking about telling us about what it was like to be down in South Africa. So while you get ready for that, Johanna, I just want to give a little bit of update. So about 4 or 5 years ago, we started this project where we, in a way, introduced to young people the possibility that you can have a career in agriculture. Number 1. Number 2 is to provide support for where they lived in order to do 2 things. Number 1, give them knowledge, specific training opportunities. And number 2, give them skills, things that they can do with their hands in order to earn. I mean, that's a real big thing. You know, learning is one thing, but we felt we wanted to help them learn and earn at the same time. So, and earlier this year, they graduated. A good number of students graduated from that bridging program that we had at the outset. And half of them is already an employee at a Blue Delight nursery. It's a blueberry nursery. And the other half, all of them who live in Harlem, got a full scholarship at Stellenbosch University's Agriculture College. But of the 9 that got this offer, only 3 could take it. And I know you I can see that surprise on your face. You wonder why. But the thing is this, you know, people have their families, have children, their other commitments. It's not easy to just move and then start something elsewhere. But anyway, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. South African time, 3 of them will graduate after the first year's completion at Stellenbosch. And that's Tanya Phillips, and it's Sade, and Damien is the young man there. So for the 3 of you, I'm not so sure if you're looking, but maybe you can return to this later. Our hearty congratulations for this incredible achievement here. Yeah, for this incredible achievement this far. Yeah, that's cool. And we are so proud of your tenacity, your diligence, staying committed, never giving up, and being willing to take certain risks. And we think all of that contributed to you making an enormous impact and difference, not only for your own lives, but certainly for others down the line. We're quite excited about that. So that's news, and I think that's really great news. Andrè, what are your thoughts?
That's amazing.
It's incredible news.
That's incredible, you're right.